Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Wellness Wednesday, Golden Trinary Meditation. I am your host, Guru Dan, of Guru Dan Reiki on Facebook. This is the meditation, the healing meditation, where we address the whole world and everything in it, so that we can address those energies in ourselves and get them cleared, so that real healing can actually begin. So this is a big meditation. It takes a while to address all this stuff. I know some people think, oh, it's over an hour. Sometimes it's rather lengthy. Yeah, it takes a while to address. I mean, if I were to absolutely address everything, it would take a lot longer. So I just kind of shorten things up. And you're always free to go back to the recording, which are archived on YouTube, and pause the video and add your own things that you would like to address. You're always free to do that. But let's get started. So please get your candles, your crystals, your water. Please get comfortable. You can be seated, you can be reclined, you can be laying down. Please don't cross anything. Don't cross no arms, no legs, no eyes, no fingers, no toes. Hair kind of doesn't count. Don't worry about hair. If hair is crossed, it's because it's crossed right there. As long as your body isn't crossed, because when your body's crossed, it creates an energetic slowdown, and the idea is to flow as smoothly as possible and no blockages. So let's take a few deeper than normal breaths and begin. So as you take your deeper than normal breaths, at some point your focus will come to your face. All right. I usually do these meditations with my eyes closed so that I'm not distracted easily by whatever I think I see. This way I can watch within and see that way. When your attention comes to your face and your focus is in one position, take your focus to the center where you believe the core of the planet is. And when you arrive there, mentally arrive there, take a breath, pause there a moment. And while you are there, imagine being gifted a golden spark of light. This golden spark of light can be any hue of gold. It can be green gold, yellow gold, black gold, green gold, red gold. And then bring your focus back to yourself again and allow this golden spark of light to follow you up from the core of the planet, and envision it coming up through your body and out the top of your head into infinity. Just let that golden stream of light amplify, that golden stream of energy amplify. You might sense it radiating. Just relax, breathe. If you feel it radiating, that's fine. If you don't feel it radiating, that's also fine. You might imagine that it's radiating. And imagine that it's radiating out of you a comfortable distance. So my golden stream is like a straw, where it kind of flows up on the inside and down on the outside, so that way it's flowing both directions the whole time. And just allow what I envision to be like a golden glow that actually glows through me to outside of me, about arm's distance all the way around. Not that it's a cocoon, but it kind of feels like a cocoon to me. It's just an energetic shape, cocoon shape. While this is going on, please think of an animal or a place that brings a smile to your face. An animal or a place. There you go. And as you kind of just sit there being yourself and kind of feeling yourself, kind of sensing this energetic structure, right? You're kind of this physical body with this non-physical kind of light energy around. And as you kind of feel around, kind of sense where your heart area is. Your heart chakra area, if you're aware of chakras, or your heart area. And envision a golden tendril of light coming from your heart area out a comfortable distance and flattening into a golden wall. Mine's transparent. It's like a golden glass. So there's like this golden tendril of light comes from my heart and it goes out, I don't know, 20 feet or so, and it turns into this huge glass area. And it's like a golden tint. And on this golden wall, we are going to place mental images. And I'll walk us all through that here shortly. But the idea of the wall is we'll place these ideas on the wall for amplification. And then later in the meditation, we will be releasing the wall, which is really neat. And there's some other things. But for the first item to put on the wall, let's envision healing for ourselves. Let's take care of, number one. Let's take care of number one. So please envision yourself in a healthy, happy state. Just a healthy, happy state. And you don't have to be ill to do this. You can just envision a healthier, happier state than you are now. What would a healthy, happy state look like to you? And then as you envision that, take a mental snapshot of that image of you being in that elevated, healthy, happy state, and place that image, that mental image, on the wall. And then disconnect from any idea of how that is to occur. All right. I hope that was clear enough. Envision yourself in an elevated, healthy, happy state. Take a mental snapshot, place it on the wall for amplification. And then disconnect from the idea of how that healthy, happy is to occur. It's not your job. It's part of the universe's job to align you to that healthier, happier, or elevated state. You don't have to make it happen. You allow it to happen. And I know I'm kind of talking to the choir here, but those that are viewing on YouTube, maybe for the first time, so that they can understand the importance of creating the image and then disconnecting from the image. Because a lot of people think that they need to make the things happen, and we don't make anything happen here. We just place our order with the universe. This is kind of like our wall. We place our order. So if that helps, please take a deeper than normal breath. They're asking me to remind everybody that these meditations work better when you're participating. If you're just watching for the first time, then watch it. But then in the next time you watch it, please participate. Follow along. It's better then. The next idea that we will address are partners, family members, and our closest friends. Partners, family members, closest friends. So you can do this in a group or you can do this one by one. I like to envision it as a group. So please envision these beings. Envision your partner in a healthy, happy state. If you do not have a partner currently, maybe perhaps not a physical partner, you might have non-physical partners. You might send them a well wish. You might envision them receiving that. You might take an image of that happiness and then place that image on the wall. All right. Your immediate family, your family members, if you are aware of any family members that are ill, or if you just would like to offer well-being to all of your family members, please envision them all in a healthy, happy state, an elevated state of being. Healthy, happy state of being. Take a mental image of that, take a snapshot, and place that image of them on the wall. Your close friends, your people that you consider your close friends, even if they know it or not. If you'd like to envision them in a healthy, happy state and elevated vibrational state, imagine what that might look like and take a mental snapshot of that image and place that image on the wall. And then disconnect yourself from any idea of how that is to occur. Separate yourself from the how. Doesn't matter how they get happy. We are wishing healthy, happy. The how isn't up to us. Please take a deeper than normal breath. In the next idea, we will address people that we may or may not know, or we may not know what they look like. So if you are aware of friends of friends, strangers, even other country, other villages, other countries, other areas, people, other groups of people on the planet. So in the idea of other peoples on the planet who you might be aware of, who may be experiencing some kind of unhealthy situation, a struggle, a strife, or a calamity. Somebody in an unhealthy, perhaps, state of mind, an area who is experiencing an issue of some kind. And we'd like to envision these people in a healthier, happier, elevated state of being. Just the people. Strangers. You may not know what they look like, or you might have an idea of what they would look like, maybe from like the air or something. But if you are aware of any peoples or persons whom you do not know personally, but that you are aware of in your reality, who may be suffering from some kind of turmoil or struggle or strife or calamity, please envision these beings in a healthy, happy, elevated state. Take a mental snapshot of that healthy, happy image and place that image on the wall. You might be mentally aware of several different kinds of groups of people, and if you want to just quickly give each group their own healthy, happy image, you might say, well, the happy image for this group might be a little different for that country or this or that, and just quickly mentally snapshot them healthy, happy, their calamities over, and place this healthy, happy image on the wall. And then please disconnect from any idea of how that is to occur. Our job is not to figure out the how. Our job is to only wish it well. Then disconnect from it. We have addressed this as well as we can address it. This is what we have to offer today. We cannot physically go there and fix you ourselves, but we can fix you energetically, and this is what we're addressing today. So what have we addressed? We've addressed ourselves, our partners, family members, close friends, friends and strangers, people that we don't know. Let's address next the idea of pets. Pets that you are closely aware of. Your pets, your friends' pets, other acquaintances' pets. Pets that you are aware of. If you are aware of any pets, personal pets, who you would wish health, healing, and happiness for, please envision these pets in a healthy, happy state. It doesn't matter what their illness is. It doesn't matter what their calamity or strife is. Just envision them in a healthy, happy state, an elevated state. And then imagine what those pets would look like in that elevated state. Take a mental snapshot of that image and place that image on the wall for amplification. See, we're not addressing illness, we're addressing wellness. So it doesn't matter what the animal's issue is, we envision them healthy, happy. We put that image on the wall. This is what we're offering. This is what we would like for this animal. We would like to see this animal better. We'd like to see these animals healed. Doesn't matter what they have. Doesn't matter. We're wishing them well. For real. Please take a larger than normal breath. The non-physicals are telling me there's a lot of happy animals there now. That just kind of tickled me there for a second. In the next idea, let's address not pets, but animals that are kept. An idea of animals that are kept are farm animals, ranch animals, zoo animals, animals that are in protected areas, wilderness areas, zones, kept animals that are cared for or otherwise watched by people. All right, so kept animals, farm animals, all the different, whatever farm animal you can fathom, ranch animals, whatever ranch animals you can fathom, and kept animals that are in reserves, zoos, or protected areas like parks. If you are aware of any of this category of animals who are experiencing any kind of unwellness, any calamity, strife, please envision these beings in a healthy, happy, supported, and elevated state. Healthy, happy, supported, comfortable, elevated state of being. And take a mental snapshot of what this elevated state of being would be for these beings, and take that snapshot and place that image on the wall for amplification. And then, now quickly, we'll address the other side of that. If you are aware of any unkept animals, wild animals, beasts, herds of beasts, herds of animals of all kinds. If you are aware of any animals that are experiencing any kind of unwellness, unhealthy, calamity, or strife, these animals could be migrating animals, any other wild animal, mountain animals, land animals. We'll address the water beings here shortly. But land animals. If you are aware of any land animals, wild beings who may be experiencing any kind of calamity, struggle, or strife, or unwellness, or unhealthy state. Maybe they've survived a fire and they're a little out of shape right now. They've lost their home. They're looking for a new, they're all discombobulated for a while. If that's a situation, please envision these beings in a healthy, happy, supported, elevated, comfortable state of being. Envision all of these animals healthy, happy, supported, comfortable, healed. And take a mental image of what these healed animals might look like, these healed beings might look like. Take a snapshot of that image and place that image on your golden wall. And then disconnect from the idea, the concept of how that is to occur. You don't make this occur. You just wish it so. Take a larger than normal breath and let this process clear within you. You've addressed all these animals. You've addressed all these people. We cannot address them any better. We're wishing them the best we can give them. We're envisioning them the best they can be in our heart. And we don't know how they're going to get that way, but we're envisioning them that way nonetheless. In this next section, we will address fresh water beings. Fresh water beings. In the next section, we will address the saltwater beings. But in this section, the freshwater beings, if you are aware of any freshwater beings who are experiencing any kind of calamity, strife, unwellness, unhealthy state, please envision these beings in a healthy, happy state, supported, elevated state. Take a mental snapshot of these elevated beings and place that image on the wall for amplification. And then disconnect yourself from any idea of how that is to occur. You may get tired of me saying that, but this is a difficult concept to get through to people, that when you wish something well, just leave it well. Don't think, oh, well, how's that going to happen? Don't think it to death afterwards. Just wish it well and let it stand. That's simple. I wish you well. And no matter what reality reflects to you, always see them well. Disconnect from the idea of how that is to occur. In the next idea, we will address the saltwater beings. All of the saltwater beings, and there's an awful lot of them. But if you are aware of any saltwater beings who are experiencing any kind of calamity, strife, unwellness, unhealthy, uncomfortable experience, please envision these beings in a healthy, happy state, a comfortable, supported, healing state. Take a mental snapshot of these beings in that healthy, happy state and place that image on the wall. The word that's coming is harmonious. Envision them in a healthy, harmonious state. What would all of those beings look like in a healthy, happy, harmonious state? And take that image and place that image on the wall for amplification, and then disconnect from how that is to occur. Above this structure is an observation kind of position. Please go to that kind of observation position for just a moment and take a deeper than normal breath. And let's just look here for a moment at our structure. All right. We are a kind of golden, glowing kind of being with a golden tendril of light coming from our heart center, going out a comfortable distance to a golden wall where we are addressing and placing all of these images. And we are addressing people. We are addressing strangers. We are addressing animals, kept and unkept. We are addressing all the water life. We are addressing this all. And just take a moment to notice the structure. Just to see we are this glowing being with this tendril of light and this beautiful wall with all of this well-being represented on the wall. I just wanted to take a moment to re-examine the structure. Let's come back to ourselves. Take another deeper than normal breath. In the next series of ideas, we will be addressing these ideas with what I call a golden sphere. How the golden sphere works, if you are new, is we summon a golden sphere from our heart area. These golden spheres are like the size of balls or beach balls. All right, they're energetic balls, though. They're not reliant on air or anything to keep their shape. They have a lid that kind of opens, and we're going to put ideas in this sphere, and then we're going to put the lid on the sphere and then attach the sphere to the wall for amplification. Okay, so in the idea of the first sphere, please summon up a golden sphere. It will just materialize for you just from your heart area. Mine kind of just comes out to my hand here. This sphere is of comfortable size. It is big like a ball, and it has a lid that comes off like a jar. And inside this sphere, we'll call this sphere the sphere of shame. Let me explain this a moment. We've addressed things that we'd like to heal, things out of our control, many things, and now these spheres are kind of where we can begin to address some of the deeper portions of ourselves. And some of the things that humans of any age get to experience is some kind of shame or some kind of perceived damnation or some kind of unacceptable state from other beings. All right, so with this sphere of shame, if there is anything within you where you have felt shamed, and it doesn't matter if it's recent, it doesn't matter if it's ancient history to you, it doesn't matter if you have ever felt shame from whatever that shameful thing was, please envision that shame removed, gone, healed, and place this shameful thing that's been healed, this shame that's now in a healthy, happy state, and place this shame into the sphere. Is there an embarrassment where shame happened, where you were shamed, or maybe you shamed another and you feel guilty about it? Anything that is shame related, that is within you, please quickly glance at it. I'm not asking you to re-examine it. Just quickly glance at it and go, oh, I remember that shame. Oh, I was shamed here. And then I shamed another person there. And there's all this shame and blah, 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 blah. What if all of this shame was healed? What if all of this shame was sorted out? And we're not going to carry this shame around anymore. Please envision all of this shame. Please envision all of this awkwardness. Envision all of this kind of shame-related things healed. And place this whole shame idea into the sphere. And now place the lid onto the sphere. And place this sphere and attach it to your wall for amplification. And then disconnect from the idea of how all of that healing is to occur. Just put it all in the sphere and let it go. Let it go. It's all right to let it go. Please take a series of larger than normal breaths. And what we're doing as we're breathing is, as that shame left us, And that negative energy kind of left us. It kind of left an open spot. And what we're doing now is we're filling this with breath and source energy and positivity. And we're filling that space right now. We're not going to wait to do it at the end of the meditation. We're going to address this sphere and this space right now. Let the shame go. Let the awkwardness go. And let the space be filled in with this source energy. It can be golden if you like, but do not leave this space empty. And do not label this space as only shame space. Let this space fill up with well-being, with love, until you don't worry about shame, because it's just gotten dealt with. It's on the wall. We've disconnected from how that shame's going to be healed, these deeper things. We filled the space with source energy, and now we're just going to leave it be. Please summon up another golden sphere. This golden sphere is its comfortable size. It has a lid that opens. It is like a jar. I'm going to call this one the sphere of conflict. Let me explain this for just a moment. If you are aware of any conflict that you disagree with, and this conflict is any conflict that you are aware of in your reality. If there's a conflict on your television that you disapprove of, if there's a conflict in any of your relationships that you disapprove of, if there's a conflict in your, say, family that you disapprove of, any relationship, friendships, if there's a conflict between friends that you disapprove of, you just wish your friends would get along, the conflict on your television, you just wish that the countries would get along, you just wish that all the people would get along, and just whatever conflict you have, whatever conflict that you are consciously aware of, these weird, nitpicky, grindy, naggy conflicts, I would like for you to envision these conflicts and imagine them sorted. Envision them in a healthy, happy state. Envision these conflicts as no longer being conflicts, that these conflicts are in a healed, healthy, happy state. And take a mental snapshot of this healed conflict and take this conflict and place it into the sphere. Now, I know I quickly gave several examples there, but you might take a minute to place your personal conflicts, whatever they may be, family, social conflicts, family conflicts, relationship conflicts. Oh, you might have a conflict with your grocery store. You might have a conflict with the guy down the way, or you might have a conflict with your neighbor that is ridiculous. You don't think there should even be a conflict there, but you might have one. Envision these conflicts resolved in a healthy, happy state. Take that image, take that conflict, place it in the sphere. And as you place it into the sphere, knowingly intend to place this conflict into the sphere. Place the lid on the sphere and attach the sphere to the wall. And now again, with intention, disconnect yourself from the idea of how that conflict is to be resolved. Just clear it from you. Then take a deeper than normal breath. And right now, you may quickly think of some other unresolved conflicts, and that's okay. You can quickly chuck them into that sphere right now, or you can repeat this meditation later on the YouTube and address it then. Or you might even begin maybe a personal journal or a log. Every time these little conflicts come up, you might jot them down. So the next week, or maybe next week when you do this healing event again on the YouTube, you can address these conflicts within you and get them out of you. Put them in a sphere, place them on the wall, get them out of you. Don't hold on to these conflicts anymore. Same thing with the shame. Don't hold on to any shaming anymore. Take a deeper than normal breath again. And this space where that conflict was, fill this space with source energy. Fill that space with love. Let that conflict space be no longer a conflict space. Just fill it with your own soul. Right? Because if you try to fill that with like void fill or like cotton or something, you won't feel complete. But if you fill it with source energy, if you fill it with well-being, if you fill it with the power of love, then you'll become fulfilled and you'll become complete, and these conflicts won't stay conflicts anymore. The shame won't be shame anymore. And then when these things are dealt with, then they're no longer energetically holding you back anymore. And then once that really sinks in and you're free to live again, it's so wonderful. It's so empowering. And this is my wish for all of you that participate, is to be able to experience this, whatever, spiritual cleansing, this magnification of well-being, this sense of source vibrational love, that you be able to have that fulfillment. That's why we do this. We address these things that don't get addressed in other Reiki sessions, that don't get addressed in other forms of energy work. And they sometimes don't even get worked out in psychology offices either. So we're going to address them here, and hopefully we'll do this enough to where we'll actually start making some energetic headway, and we'll be healed, and we will feel so much better, and we will be more spiritually complete. And man, that's something that everybody wants, but very few find a way to get there. And this is my offering to get us there. Right. We've done shame. We've done conflicts. I don't feel like I want to do wrongdoings. Wrongdoings kind of got done with the shame. Let's switch this up another speed and go another completely new direction. All right. Please summon up another golden sphere. This golden sphere is of comfortable size. It has a lid that opens. It makes it like a jar. I'm going to call this the sphere of desire. Sphere of desire. And inside this sphere, we are going to place ideas of desire, but not of what we want, but of what we want attained. All right, so let me give you this example. If you are looking for a relationship, a 3D relationship, a real live relationship, right? You might think, oh, well, I'm not in a relationship, but I would really like to have like a loving relationship, a supported relationship. What would that relationship look like to you? How would you feel if you had somebody special? What would that feel like? What might that look like? Take a mental snapshot of that image and place this image in the sphere. Sphere of desire. Yes. What if you would, I don't know. What if you'd like to win the lottery? What would it look like to win the lottery? What would it feel like to have so many numbers that you can't even fathom them all? There's just too many numbers. What if suddenly there were no more lack? What would your world look like if there were no lack in it anymore? Just for a second, what would that even look like? What would a lackless reality look like to you? What would you be like if you could do anything you wanted, have anything you wanted, go anywhere you wanted? What would that free being look like to you? This is you. What would you look like if you were free like that? What if you were so abundant that you were free? What would that freedom look like to you? What might it feel like to you? Take a mental snapshot of this image and place it in this sphere. Or what if you just want something, I don't know, practical? What if you want a new car? What would a new car look like to you? Do you already have an idea? Do you know its color? Do you know its shape? Do you know its brand? Or do you just know that you know its capabilities? You know you want it to have really good air conditioning, and you probably might want tinted windows if you live in a sunny place. And you might want really good gas mileage. You might just want these, really good perks, things of what would qualify as a good vehicle. Envision what that vehicle might look like. How might you even look like in that vehicle? Take a mental snapshot of that image and place that image in the sphere. I wonder if you're a little bit more humble. Say, Dan, maybe we don't want to win. Maybe we just want a nicer home, or maybe we want a home on our own land so that we can garden, or maybe farm a little bit, maybe have some animals, or maybe a pond or something. Maybe we just like a nice house. Then all right, what would that nice house look like? And what might that nice house feel like? And how much land might you want? And just, how big a garden do you think you're going to want? And do you have a pond? Are you going to have fish? And then envision what this property looks like. Envision what you would look like on this property. What would it look like if this property is already yours? What does that image look like? Take a mental snapshot of that image and place it in this sphere. What else can you think of? Let's just take a moment, a freewheeling moment. I'm not going to make a suggestion. If you have an idea, a desire, even if it's a secret desire that you have, envision that desire fulfilled. Envision that desire already going on. Envision you in that scenario. Take a mental snapshot of that scenario and place that image into the sphere. Place the lid upon the sphere and attach the sphere to the wall. And then please disconnect yourself from any idea of how any of that is to occur. So when you've taken out of you and placed it in the sphere, it actually leaves you. Please take a deeper than normal breath. Or maybe a series of breaths. And as we're taking a moment here to just relax a moment, of all the things that we've addressed. Let's go back to that observation position just above, and let's look at ourselves again, our beautiful, glowy self with a golden tendril of light and this beautiful golden wall with all of these ideas of unconditional love and well-being expressed upon it, all being amplified in this golden energy. And as you look at the wall, kind of suss out where you believe its kind of center is. And on the back side of the wall, envision a golden tendril of light coming from that center and going out a comfortable distance. And at the end of that golden tendril of light, envision our planet. Envision our planet as it looks to you. Envision our planet as it would be viewed from space. Now, in this vision, you may or may not have a moon with your planet. If you have a moon, great. If you don't have a moon, great. There is no wrong. Some people like their moon. Some people just want to focus on the planet. Either or. There is no wrong. Well, let's look at our planet. And this planet can be moved. It can be, you can move it like with your hand. You can kind of, turn it the way you want. Any direction. It spins kind of there at the end of that golden tendril so that you have access to the whole planet. So what we're going to do in this section is we are going to address the land masses. Then we are going to address the waters. And then we are going to address the atmosphere. And then for those that have a moon, we will address a moon. And for those that don't have a moon, they can just kind of pause until we're done with the moon portion. All right, so in this next step, we're going to address the Earth's land masses. All right, so if you are aware of any land masses on the Earth that are experiencing any kind of calamity, strife, disaster, what you might consider some kind of unwellness, all right, you might be aware of a land that might have been struck barren for some reason, and you might wish this area to be lush again. Or you might use the idea of a lushness, a healthy lushness, as your healed vision idea. So as you gaze over your version of the planet, if you are aware of any land masses that you would wish health, happiness, well-being for, elevated, supported land, please address these areas on your planet and envision these areas healthy, happy. All right, so I'm going to hush for just a moment as we address our land areas and envision them healthy, happy, lush. Some areas might be green. Some areas might be, smooth, rocky, but healthy, free of whatever issue it may or may not have. I know there's a volcano going on in Hawaii, and even though it looks like the land is in a little bit of strife, but it's also making new land, so it's kind of mixed. I kind of tend to leave the volcanoes alone. They're kind of in their own creation process. And so I don't label it a bad. Although some people might say, yeah, but some people, they're homeless and this and that. All right, well, the people and the land's going to recover. And the people we addressed earlier, but if you're finding out now that you'd like more people to address, then when you replay the meditation, jot it down that you want to address these people, and in the next meditation, address them then. Okay, so please envision your land masses in a healthy, happy state. Now, something that I do, I like to drop a little piece of golden, like sparkle on them so I can remember where I addressed. So when I spin my globe, I can see where I've put my little golden sparkles. So let's just take a moment and address our land masses. Okay. Yeah, they all look pretty good right there, don't they? In the next idea, we will address the Earth's waters. All right. If you are aware of any of the Earth's waters that are experiencing any kind of unwellness, any kind of calamity, any kind of strife. And I know that there could be a huge list of things that we could address for waters, the same that we could have addressed for lands. But what I'd like for you to do instead of addressing a huge list of concerns is just envision the waters crystal clear, perfectly crystal clear, free of debris, free of particulates, free of any non-water things like pollution or any other ideas of radiation or any other thing. Just envision the waters of the earth crystal clear. So let's take a moment and address all of our planet's waters, fresh and salt water. Please address all of your waters now, please. All right, please take a larger than normal breath. Do you feel a little satisfaction when you address these things within you? Because we're energetically addressing these and clearing up all of these issues so that our vision of the earth is pure. Our vision of the earth is clear. Our vision of the earth is healed. And the more times we do this, the more that this idea becomes reinforced in us. So that when people say, hey, there's something going on the planet, or the news brings up some trying to bring up something to your attention, you can say, you know what? Y'all can save it because in my vision of the earth, it's pure. It's healed. It's fine. And I'd rather hold on to this image of well-being than adopt a new image of unwellness or a well-being that's been damaged or injured or thwarted or whatever. To maintain your vision of the healed earth, that's kind of like one of these huge light worker things that that people do is to energetically maintain the idea of health and well-being, no matter what the reality tries to say, because we will heal it by envisioning it healed, not by saying how damaged it is. You cannot heal something by shouting at it, at how damaged it is. You can only heal it by maintaining its health. And since we are beings, we're physical, we're not always able to get to all these places to do all the healing we want to do. So we heal it energetically. We heal it within us so that it's healed. We let the universe sort out how that's going to occur. All right, so just for those that were wondering how that works. But let's take a moment and address our atmosphere. Our atmosphere is a very complex thing. There's so many things at play. There's moisture, there's clouds, there's the different layers, there's all the different ionosphere, other spheres, all the different, sections of our atmosphere. So what I'd like for you to do is envision this very complex atmosphere in a healthy, happy, harmonious state, which means the whole atmosphere kind of falls into a positive, harmonious state. All right, so the winds are winds, but they're not too strong and they're not too weak. And the skies are not too dark, not too light. They're all just, they have their dynamics. The atmosphere has its dynamics, but there's no like wild, it's more harmonious, no big storms, just maybe rain, but no floods, just harmonious, healthy, happy atmosphere. And as you envision this harmonious atmosphere, allow it to become harmonious within you as you envision this. That the cloudy skies are perfectly cloudy and the clear skies are perfectly clear. The weather stabilizes and it's healthy and it's harmonious. Everybody is pleased with their atmosphere. Beautiful, isn't it? Let's take a moment to address our moon, for those that have a moon, and how it interacts with all of the things that we've addressed here today, all of our people, all of our spheres, all of our planet, how it works with the lands, how it works with the waters, how it works with the atmosphere, how it works with all the beings of the earth, how the moon works with our sea life. If it wasn't for our moon, a lot of our turtles wouldn't be turtles because they wouldn't know to follow the moon cycle to go lay their eggs. Strange thing. They follow moon cycles. The moon's a pretty important entity that we have. So if you have a moon in your vision, please offer your moon a loving transmission. You might envision it also happily, harmoniously working with all the beings that it works with. You might send it a little token of appreciation. Totally fine. And if you don't have a moon, still offer a little piece of appreciation to all. And then please take a larger than normal breath. And then let's go to our observer position and let's re-examine our structure. Beginning with ourselves, we see our golden glowy self with a golden tendril coming to a golden wall with all of this unconditional love addressed, all of this healing addressed, and even some desires there to amplify. And out the back of that wall, another golden tendril, and at the end of it, our planet. In a healed, healthy, happy state, our atmosphere, clear, healthy, happy. Our space, our moon around, all healthy, happy. Let's give a little appreciation to our trinary structure. And as we appreciate it, if you will bring your attention to the tendril between your planet and your wall, and then please imagine lovingly snipping that tendril free and allowing your planet and that entire representation of health and well-being, and allow it to drift away into source, out of sight. And as it goes out of your awareness, please accept within you that you have offered source the best image that you could for this particular time. That we're sending to source the best vision of Earth that we could offer right now. A completely healed Earth, atmosphere, moon, all of it. The best we have to offer right now. And please allow this to settle within you and be okay within you. All right. Take a larger than normal breath. Just let that sink in a little bit. And now let's look at our wall. Let's just quickly recap. We have the image of ourselves in a healthy, happy state, our partners, our family, our friends, strangers, pets, kept animals, wild animals, freshwater beings, saltwater beings, and then the spheres, several spheres there, all to be amplified. And please bring your attention to the tendril between your heart and the wall and somewhere around its center. Please lovingly snip that tendril and disconnect it and allow your golden wall to drift away into source. And as it drifts away, please accept within yourself that you have addressed all of those items in an unconditional love and a well-being, and be satisfied that we have addressed all those things that the best we could right now, that we are sending that best message into source, letting source know exactly what we're wanting, and it's a clear and accepted message. Please take a larger than normal breath. And please come back to yourself. This grounded, glowy, golden, beautiful being. There's nothing to disconnect from here. We didn't use anybody's energy but our own. We are just our own glowy, beautiful selves. And I'd like for you to hold on to this energy for as long as you can. For as long as you can today, or if it can last for several days. And as you're holding on to this energy, please also hold on to the satisfaction that we've unconditionally loved here. And we've sent that unconditional love to Source. And please understand that those things are going to be addressed. Those ideas are going to be responded to. Please accept this idea that it's not just willy-nilly. It's not just all for nothing. We've addressed all of those things within us. We've sent it out. Now we can be fulfilled. We've addressed all those things. We've cleared all of those things from us. We've disconnected how that is to even occur. And we've sent it all to Source to deal with. And we can rest knowing that we've done our best for now until we do this again. So please bring yourself fully back into yourselves again. You might take a series of larger than normal breaths. You might begin moving your body. You might sense your feet, your toes, your lower legs, your legs, your hips, your back, your shoulders, your neck, your head. You might suddenly become aware of your chest, your lungs. You might then begin to become aware of your immediate surroundings, your location on the planet, your home, your neighborhood, your region. At this time, I'd like to remind you to please drink some extra water for the next several days, the next 2 or 3 days. Really, if you can drink an extra liter of water per day, that would be wonderful, because when we shift a lot of energies, when we release a lot of negative energies and replace with a lot of positive energies, these energies go through a process where some energies have become less solidified and gone to be non-physical, and more non-physical energies are coming in and they're re-solidifying. And when we are hydrated, this assists that process. So as the energies shift in us, please, for the next couple of days, drink extra water for smoothness, so the energies don't kind of go out of whack or anything. Kind of stay centered and just let everything kind of be for the next several days. You'll be glad you did. I'm going to bring myself back now. So other than guiding these meditations, I kind of do to hold the space, and I'm going to bring myself back from the space, come back to myself. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Wow, that was really nice. That was really nice. I don't know how long that was. Quite a bit, I think. I'll find out later. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. I'd like to thank those that participated. I'll be stopping the recording here just after an announcement, but then you're welcome to stay and chat. So those that are here are free to stay and chat. I'm not going to ask how anybody is this time, because we've kind of gone over just a little bit. So there are reviews on other videos. So those people that are watching, they want, oh, how's everybody feeling? What's going on? You can find that in other videos. So for now, I'll say thank you for joining. I do these events once a month for this year, and then I'm not sure how it's going to go for next year, but for this year, we'll continue. You can subscribe over here if you're on YouTube. You can see my last video over here, or is it vice versa? It's one or the other. I forget. But anyway, thank you all for your presence and your support. Much love to you all, and see you next time.